This story is called Ginger the Hero, and it's about a cat called Ginger. It's a Books Beyond Words story, and if you'd like to find out more about Books Beyond Words, have a look at the website. This is Mary. You can see Mary in her house. Let's have a look. Oh, she's got a t-shirt with a picture of a cat. And I know why that is. That's because Mary loves cats. This is Mary's neighbour, so she lives next door. And her name is Mrs. Hill. And Mrs. Hill has got a cat. This cat is called Ginger. He's huge, isn't he? He's a really well looked after cat. He loves his cat food and he loves his water. Mary is reaching over to Ginger and she's stroking him. She wants to say hello. She's being friendly to Ginger. Mrs. Hill looks a bit worried though, and not too friendly. Oh dear, Mrs. Hill's got annoyed with Mary. She's saying to her, "No, don't you touch the cat," and she's moving away. I think that could have been quite hurtful for Mary. I think Mary may be feeling a bit worried and sad right now. Maybe Mrs. Hill thought Mary would hurt the cat. I'm not sure. What do you think? Oh look, there's Mary in her house. She looks quite sad. Who can you see at the window? I can see Ginger. Looks like Ginger wants to come and talk to Mary. Oh, it's evening time. I can see that because it's dark outside and Mary is wearing her dressing gown. What else can you see in the picture? I'm wondering about Ginger. Ginger is sitting at the front door of his home. I wonder where Mrs. Hill is. She's not letting him in. Oh, it's morning and he's still there. Mary's a bit worried now. Why has he not been back in his house? Mary's thinking about knocking on the front door. She's thinking she'd better find out what's happening. Ginger really wants to get into his home, doesn't he? She's knocking on the door. No answer. I think Ginger's probably making his sounds. Meow! Probably trying to get in his home. They go round and look in the window to see if they can find out what's happened to Mrs. Hill. Oh no! There is something wrong. Mrs. Hill is sick. She's on the floor there. She needs help. Oh, Ginger, what are we going to do? Mary does the right thing. She gets her phone and guess what number she dials to get help? You're right, it's 999. She speaks to the operator and she tells them, I need an ambulance, please. My neighbour is really sick and I need them to come and help. She gives her address. Excellent. Here come the emergency services. That's a relief. They'll be able to help. Here's the ambulance arriving. So there was a police officer and now an ambulance. The paramedic and the police officer go to the door. They have special keys that allows them to get in. Good. They're able to help Mrs. Hill. They're able to take her in the ambulance to hospital. So they put her on a stretcher, like a special type of bed. Mary's saying, I think she's saying, you know, it's going to be okay, Mrs. Hill. I'll take care of Ginger. She's going into the ambulance. That's good. The paramedics will be able to help her. Mary's there with Ginger. Mary's asking the police officer for some advice, I think. What shall I do? I think the cat's really hungry. The police officer gets some food out of the cupboard. I'm sure Mrs. Hill wouldn't mind because she loves Ginger and she looks after him really well. Ginger must be so excited. There's the cat food. Mary finds a photo of Ginger. She takes that with her too. She's thinking when she goes to visit Mrs. Hill in the hospital, she can take the photo. The police officer locks up Mrs. Hill's house nice and safely, and Mary takes Ginger to her home. The police officer said that's okay. Mary gives Ginger food and water, and Ginger is really happy and purring. Can you make that sound? Purring. Ah, she's catching the bus. Mary is going on the bus. She's going to visit Mrs. Hill in hospital. We can see that this is not in COVID times because Mary doesn't need to wear a face mask. This is at a different time. So she's going on the bus and she gets to the hospital. Here's Mrs. Hill. She's getting so much better now. She's being really well looked after by the nurses and by the doctors in hospital. Mary tells Mrs. Hill, I brought you a photo of Ginger. I thought that might make you feel better. And please let me tell you I'm taking really good care of Ginger. I love cats and I'm making sure that she has her special food and water. Mrs. Hill goes home. She's so pleased to see Ginger again. Things are so much better now. Mrs. Hill is friends with Mary. She knows that Mary is a good neighbour and really cared for Ginger. Thank you so much for helping me, Mary. And now they're having a cup of tea together. And that's the end of Ginger is a Hero.